What's up, YouTube, and mostly shutters and triggers. So, this is the knife I'm working on for shutters and triggers, also known as Aaron. And we were, we, I, and he were waiting on more rolling D10s to show up, and they finally did today. And so that gave me a chance to, well, start doing all the fun fine tuning on this knife, which is just super fun, one of my favorite parts. So, um, flips nicely. I think I must D10s just a little bit more. A little deeper, but it works nice. That side was mirrored until I made it all nasty, and this side wasn't because I knew I was going to be messing with D10 holes. Um, but here's the problem. So on Aaron's site practically every day, there's pictures of the original lockup on this guy, and it did not look like that at all. In fact, it was like it was maybe 20%. It was all the way over there. And so now, over the course of heat treat and me playing with this thing, I have worn it all the way to that. And that's not cool. Not cool at all. And that is Lockrock waiting to happen. It isn't already happening. Not quite yet. So, and that lock face is already carbonized too. And what I am going to do is I've been playing around with doing steel inserts on some of my folders, just because it's a great idea. It eliminates the wear issues that you find in frame locks. And so I'm actually going to do a SM100 insert on this one. Yeah, you heard that right. An SM100 insert. So I will mill down a little chunk of SM100, and I will mill down the inside of this lock bar, and I'll hang it over there, so you'll have SM100 contacting SM100. And I can get that lock up where it used to be, which is where I liked it. And then bingo bango bongo. More better for everyone. Um, and I just have myself with that. Good job. So, I know you're impatiently waiting for this, Aaron, but it's just not quite good enough yet. Sorry. Gotta make it more better. I mean, theoretically, I could fix some of that lock wear with more carbonizing. You can build up carbonite. You can build up the carbide layer on there. Um, but yeah, I just don't want to see it wear like that. I did not have that problem, and do not have that problem on mine, uh, and I really don't know why. I mean, I recarbonize it every couple of months anyway, just because I take it apart and clean it and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, that's like 100%. That's not good for business. So we'll fix that up for you with something incredibly unique and crazy. So yeah, it's great. And see, I was flying on making this knife, flying, and then of course it was too easy. So shit happens. One of the joys of being a knife maker. Problems present themselves all the time, and yeah, and they gotta get fixed somehow. But that's where the creative stuff happens. The creative problem solving. I mean, I would have never known about rolling ball detents had I not had issues with SM100 galling on balls. And then I found Jake Kovacs rolling detent. And I was like, hey Jake, I need that. So, yeah, I'm excited for the many hours of work to do that. But in the end, it's going to be worth it. Because that is going to be effing awesome. and definitely something no one else has done. So that'll be a super unique knife when it's finally finished. And I will work on it this weekend and see how far I can get. And because I basically work every day, so yeah, we'll get that bad boy fixed up. Don't you worry, Aaron. You'll get your toy. I do like the way it works, though. In fact, I really like this knife. No, no. I'll definitely send it to you eventually. Alright, YouTube. That's that. There's other shit on my bench. I might talk about it. Okay, just briefly. Just briefly. So, I did this crazy thing, and I gave my SM100 flipper to the apprentice. Because he is my brother, and I do love that goofy bastard. But mostly because I was ready to make something else for me to carry. So this is again going to be an SM100 blade flipper. This is Timascus, and then that's just carbon fiber. And then I'm not going to screw around, so just a regular titanium for the frame. But that's going to be my new knife. Because every time I make a knife for myself, I'm like, man, I got to put a pocket catch on there, and I never do, and I always regret it. So this time I finally remembered to do it. So I'll have some quick draw in action, like I need it. But yeah, it's gonna be cool when I eventually get around to finishing it, which will probably be next year or something like that. Let's see if we can do this left-handed. You know what? Let's just switch camera hands. Switch up. So I haven't talked about this or shown this, and it's definitely not close to being done yet. This is actually the second attempt at making this ridiculous knife, for God's sake. So if I make a knife and it's not working out, I stop and I start making a new one. So the first time I tried to do this, I was retarded and forgot everything I've ever learned about making folders, and screwed up ratios and stuff like that. And it was ridiculous, and I felt stupid. But I am stubborn, so I started doing it again. And this one works the way that it's supposed to. Oh yeah, that's a subframe lock. And there's a piece of Damascus around here somewhere that fits in there. And oh yeah, here it is. This is the overextension preventing device. Good focus on this camera. Very nice. So yeah, I'm eventually gonna finish that blade and inside all the hardware and completely finish carbon fiber. Probably take a lot of tension off of the lock bar and put a D10 in there. But it has a thumb stud too. It's a piece of titanium sitting around here. So that's going to be kind of a cool knife. Super light. This is Elmax steel. But you know, it's all carbon fiber, so it almost weighs nothing. Okay, that's not true. But it's definitely very light, and I'm pretty excited about that. I know the guy who's been waiting for that for a while. He's going to be excited about that too. That's cool. And then those guys sitting back there, these are all Densims. Yeah. And so I've started assembling them, getting them together. They're actually probably ready for grind. They have no detents or anything, and I need to work the bearings a little better. But yeah, those are going to be cool. And those are going to go to my dealer, because he wanted a bunch. And so, like, so far this is the only knife or folding knife, the Densim is the only knife that I've made more than one of at a time. And I'm considering making this an actual model. More than considering, I actually started making CAD files for it, so it can be made via water jets and CNC. And I'll talk about that more in other videos, as I am and evolving processes. I will never stop doing full custom knives, ever. Probably until the day I die. But, I'll move it up in the world and some stuff. So anyway, wow, I got really long-winded and talked about too much stuff in that, and I'm sorry. But, you know, it's a lot of stuff going on. Some epic fail, some minor success. Alright, see you later, YouTube.